It is a great pleasure to stand before you this evening just to facilitate the event. It's another special moment as a community. We are here to witness, to pick, but above all, to use the information that we'll see today. So it is my pleasure to encourage you that as much as we are here, we have had a nice dinner, we have networked, let's maximize this opportunity to do something back home. The Stanlib Bank, we really appreciate you for giving us this wonderful moment. It is not always easy, it's rare really for we Kenyans to go out and have such a fantastic dinner. But you have done it for us today. We really appreciate you. A lot of information will be given to us today, but it's entirely up to us to pick the best. What can I use? Which vehicle should I jump in that will take me where I want to go to? Because the investment is the key thing. Because Africa is ready. Kenya is more than ready. So today is that moment. Without saying so many things, I would like to take this opportunity now to welcome a lady who has put all this together. I would like all of us to put our hands together to welcome Miss Becky Karanja.
Thank you very much, Sam, for that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, all protocols observed. As you heard, I'm the CEO of DiasporaServices Limited, which is an organization that was created in order to assist Kenyans living abroad to invest back home their hard-earned money in secure investments and that provide a good return. Through our networks and links, we're able to offer solutions that can help you invest back at home. And there's a lot of investment opportunities in Kenya that are untapped, waiting for you. All you've got to do is know which one to invest, and I'm sure at the end of this evening, you will know which ones to invest in. At this point, I'd like to recognize my team in London and in Kenya. May I kindly ask Sam to wave? Sam is part of the team. Janet Wainaina, we've come a very long way. She's the one who's really helped me with this. She's the CEO of the Face of Kenya. I'm sure you've seen a lot of stuff going on. Then I'd like to recognize Ernest. Ernest, where are you? He does training, and he's also very supportive in both the Kenyan and Polish communities. So if you want to do business in Poland, he's the person to see. And I would like to also take this opportunity to recognize Claire Mudhoi, who's a business partner in Kenya. She's a diaspora like yourself. And if you want jobs in Kenya, that's the lady. DiasporaServices deals with jobs. So don't just pack your bags and come to Kenya for a job. First, investigate. And she's the lady to go to. And lastly, I'd like to recognize Jimmy Mwangi, CEO of Veneshapai. Kindly stand. He's here. He's joined us this evening. You can see him after. Now, this evening, we're here because of one thing, and it's been repeated. It's about investments. Personally, I lived in the UK for 18 years. I invested back at home. I lost money, and you won't believe it how. Through relatives, you send money home. It never does what it's supposed to do. And I also made some successes, but that is because I took time to do my investigations, to be where you are, to sit, listen, discern, and decide. And that is why I decided to form an organization that can help, because 10 years ago, we didn't have these sort of forums. They were just groups of people you meet and decide to invest. So you're very lucky we were the guinea pigs. We've managed to come out of it, and we're being successful in Kenya, and so can you. One of the things that Kenya Diaspora Services does is we lobby. We lobby a lot in terms of government, in terms of favorable policies that enable the diaspora to invest. We've already asked for them to give us tax reliefs over a certain amount of money if you send back home over the year. We've asked them also, they can copy the Bangladesh community with Banglalink, where basically all the banks in Bangladesh came together and formed one remittance channel where they share their revenues and reduced the cost of sending money back to Bangladesh considerably. I think that is something that's really good. And I feel that the Kenyan government can be able to do that. Also, we look at the health sector, which is very important in terms of to enable importation of machinery that is working so that you're able to take it back home to be able to help, such as dialysis machines, and also expertise. I'm sure there's some people in the health sector here who often wonder, how can I make a difference? Can I just go to Aga Khan or Kenyatta and volunteer? But they don't know how to. So if you're interested in that, you can come to Diaspora Services and talk to us. And also education sector, mentoring young people, mentoring even older people, because we here in the UK have a lot of expertise and we have a lot of experience we can pass on. So mentorship is very important for not only students, but also for businesses in Kenya. And lastly, agriculture. Well, the Kericho governor was just telling us how agriculture is very big and agribusiness is big in his county. And here again, we have access to good machinery that is working that can enable Kenya to be productive. We also have expertise like value addition to agricultural products. So that is something that we are harnessing and actually trying to work with the ministries to be able to incorporate and foster. In conclusion, we Kenyans in the diaspora should be challenged to unite and organize ourselves into investment and development groups. Let us stop everything else and think, how can I help my village? How can I help my county? How can I help my country? Kenya is our country, and nobody else is going to come from outside to be able to help our country except us. And that is why we are here. And I'll leave you with these words by Tennessee Williams. You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Becky. Let's appreciate Becky, please. You've heard it all, that we can make a difference. And through the Diaspora Services, all those services Becky has mentioned are all possible, and we can do it as Kenyans living outside Kenya. Just before I call Ambassador Yonga to introduce the High Commissioner, I would like to recall, just to mention that we have friends of Kenya in the house. We do appreciate you so much for coming to join us this evening. We don't take that for granted because we believe that all of us, as Africans, as a people, we are all working towards making sure that investments flow back to Africa. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to call upon Ambassador Jacqueline Yonga, please, to come forward and introduce the High Commissioner. Let's put our hands to appreciate